Hare Krishna. So again, a warm welcome to everyone for our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We continue this fascinating journey, the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. And we all make the most of it, most and most of it. Let us offer some prayers and then we begin. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योग शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी कृपां बुद्धियतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा सो वी कंटिन्यू आज का श्लोक संख्या होगा दूसरा अध्याय और श्लोक संख्या 38 सो टुडे विल begin from chapter 2 text 38 and fascinating journey in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and mm, every shloka we see, it's all very fascinating and very intriguing, fascinating. Lack of words actually uh, to express our glorification towards Krishna, to express our gratitude actually towards Krishna. How do we glorify? What do we glorify? This is when भगवान की कीर्ति या गुणगान इसकी व्याख्या करना ये इसी प्रकार से भागवतम में भी बताते हैं, हम समझते हैं। इसी प्रकार से कि छोटा बच्चा कोई तोतली भाषा में कुछ बोलना चाहता है, बोलता है तोतलाते हुए एकदम से, तोतली भाषा में, और उसको इतना सही से एक्सप्रेस भी नहीं कर पाता। To glorify the message of Krishna consciousness, glorify the message of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna and Bhagavatam is exactly like how a young boy or girl, when they start speaking, uh, when they start speaking or talking, they stammer a lot. Is it not? Stammer a lot, and they don't even know how best to express themselves, and they have some thoughts in their mind, something, but how to bring it out. They stammer quite a bit and they feel very like excited, mixed emotions like that, but in a very joyous way. Mm. The mother, however, she understands the uh, what the child is trying to say, or she kind of understand, the parents or the father as well perhaps understand what the child is trying to say. So this attempt of studying Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, this attempt of the whole attempt of practicing Krishna consciousness overall, not just the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, reading, hearing, chanting, and all. This is just like now, uh, uh, just like a child, like trying to stammer, haklate हुए, तुतलाते हुए, to in glorification of Krishna. And again, us conditioned souls, हम बद्ध जीव में ये क्षमता नहीं है ना, हम में ये भक्ति भी नहीं है वास्तव में कि हम भगवान की गुणगान कर सकें, और भगवान की महिमा से हम परिचित भी नहीं है, भगवान की महिमा से हम परिचित भी नहीं है। लेकिन शुद्ध भक्त, इसीलिए ना जीवन में भक्ति अगर निष्ठा से, स्थिरता से संचारित करनी है, तो शुद्ध भक्त का आगमन हो हमारे जीवन में, तब जाके निष्ठापूर्ण और हम ठहराव से और एक बड़े उत्साह उमंग से हम भजन क्रिया में जुड़ सकें। तो शुद्ध भक्त वास्तव में भगवान की महिमा से पूरी तरह से परिचित है, या परिचित है। पूरी तरह से तो भगवान भी अनंत है ना, भगवान को भी अपनी महिमा का पूरा बोध नहीं है। लेकिन शुद्ध भक्त भगवान की महिमा उनके जग जानते हैं, और उनके भगवान के साथ वो अनन्य प्रेममय संबंध में जुड़े हुए हैं। तो वो भगवान की महिमा, कीर्ति, गुणगान करते हैं, और वैसे शुद्ध भक्त हमारे जीवन में उनका आगमन हो, और हम कहीं न कहीं किसी न तरह से उनकी सेवा में, उनसे श्रवण करने में, साधुओं की सबसे बड़ी सेवा यही है कि उनसे श्रवण करना। The highest service we can offer actually to a devotee to realize souls is by listening from them, by attentively, sincerely listening from them. And if we just listen to them, all our queries, doubts, even if there could be some, they will settle down naturally with the practice in due course of time. All the, if at all any queries, doubts, or any fear, apprehensions, anything will settle down very naturally. तो भक्तों से अगर हम श्रवण करें, वरिष्ठ वैष्णवों से, शुद्ध भक्तों से, तो सारा समाधान है जीवन में। ओके, सो टुडे श्लोक, लेट अस चेक दैट प्लीज। सो इट्स चैप्टर 2 टेक्स्ट 38। So Harsha, whenever you are ready, please share screen. Huh? सुखे दुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभौ जयाजयौ ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापम् अवाप्स्यसि. Okay. Um, I can ask Jacqueline to read the translation, but you all will not be able to hear her. Huh? So, Harsha, you read translation.
Do thou fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing you shall never incur sin.
Thank you, Harsha. Okay. Anuja, will you be able to read purport? Okay, Diksha, you read purport. Anuja can read maybe next sloka. Huh?
Purport. Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle. There is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or loss, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. That everything should be performed for the sake of Krishna is transcendental consciousness. So there is no reaction to material activities. He who acts for his own sense gratification, neither in goodness nor or in passion, is subject to reaction, good or bad. But he who has completely surrendered himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness is no longer obliged to anyone, nor he is debtor to anyone, as one is in the ordinary course of activities. It is said, please read.
देवर्षि भूताप्त नृणां पितॄणां न किङ्करो नायमृणी च राजन् सर्वात्मनाय शरणं शरण्यं गतो मुकुन्दं परिहृत्य कर्तम्.
Anyone who has completely surrendered onto Krishna, Mukunda, giving up all other duties, he is no longer a debtor, nor is he obliged to anyone, not the demigods, nor the sages, nor the people in general, nor kinsmen, nor humanity, nor forefathers. That is the indirect hint given by Krishna to Arjuna in this verse. And the matter will be more clear, explained in the following verses. Translation: do fight for the sake of fighting, considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat. By so doing, you shall never incur sin.
अच्छा. Amazing, huh? So, uh, a general question say, huh? A general question again. What qualities would you like to see in a leader? एक कोई मुखिया हो, लीडर हो, उनमें आप क्या गुण देखना चाहोगे? जैसे और ये जीवन के हर पहलू में ही आता है ना। पढ़ाई-लिखाई कर रहे हैं बच्चे, व्यापार में, जॉब कर रहे हैं, कारोबार में या गृहिणी कोई है, घर सँभाल रही है, हाँ? किसी भी में किसी भी जीवन के किसी भी हम पड़ाव में हो, हमें कोई ना कोई तो मुख्य रूप से आते हैं ना हमारे जीवन में। तो हम क्या उनसे व्हाट क्वालिटी वुड वी लाइक टू सी इन अ लीडर? There are many, but if something that we actually would like to see in a leader, any thoughts? हाँ, दीक्षा, हर्षा, अनुजा.
वो गिव अप ना करें, ताकि उनको देख के हम
Okay,
इंस्पायर हों और आगे बढ़ते चलें.
nice. So the leader, one who is very determined, who is very fixed up, who doesn't give up in between, and who doesn't abandon, who doesn't leave someone astray, right? Nice. Any other thoughts? We have one leader coming now to Vishnu Lounge. Maybe this leader can help us understand what qualities a leader should possess. Yeah, go on, Anuja.
जो खुद अवेक एंड ड्रिवन एंड जो हरे कृष्णा पे दूसरा नौकरी को देगा इसी नौकरी
Okay. Like someone who is this is a quality we would like to see in a leader, one who is more, one who is himself self-realized and awakened.
यस
Good one. हाँ, जो वास्तव में खुद ही जगा हुआ नहीं है, क्या जगाएगा औरों को? जो खुद ही भक्त नहीं है, वो क्या औरों को भक्त बनाएगा या भक्ति में, है ना? One who himself is not practicing Krishna consciousness, how can he inspire anyone else to become Krishna conscious? So this is the question, Pip. What qualities would you like to see in a leader? Okay, Pip says integrity. कि अपने वो उद्देश्य में खुद से जो integrity से okay, so can I say like integrity is like one who is not in a split role or a dual role in his words, actions, instructions and in his behavior, he is integral, right? तो ये नहीं कथनी और करनी में भेद नहीं हो जिसके मूल रूप से, है ना, कथनी और करनी में। हम्म, 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 हम्म। Pip mentions, just said he's reading Prabhupada Lilamrita, और उसमें बता रहे हैं कि कई ऐसे हम देखते हैं विश्व भर में पर्सनालिटीज जो बहुत ही क्रांतिकारी होते हैं, बहुत ही क्रांतिकारी होते हैं। जैसे एक उदाहरण के रूप में महात्मा गांधी, भारत के उस समय में उन्होंने पूरे भारत को एकजुट कर लिया था ना, कितने खास करके यूथ को मोबिलाइज कर लिया था। तो ऐसे कई लगते हैं जी कि भाई ये लीडर है, ये कितना क्रांतिकारी है और कितने लोगों को इसने इकट्ठा कर लिया एक साथ और एक साथ लेके जा रहा है। बट एक साथ लेके जा रहा है भगवान की ओर, कृष्ण की ओर, कृष्ण भावना भावित बना रहा है या क्या? We find people who can mobilize a lot, right? Okay, come on, we are going for this protest, this demonstration and all. He's a good speaker, let's take him and all. And but mobilizing youth, especially mobilizing people, is a very good thing. And mobilizing youth, it's a great thing, great art actually. But then when you mobilize them and fire them up for what? Krishna, attaining Krishna or something else? Real mobilization is like, okay, we inspire someone in fructifying one's Krishna consciousness. How about this quality? A leader who does not put pressure upon us. How would how would that be like? अगर समझो, see this, you go into you start a job fresh, and what if your manager does not put much pressure on you? You start working fresh, you start going to uni fresh, and what if the teachers do not put much pressure on you? By putting much pressure, meaning not like they don't train you, inspire you, guide you, but they do not apply pressure in a way that stresses one out. अभी देखो घर पे शादी होके आती है लड़कियां, हो जाता ना कि भाई सास का प्रेशर है, डर लगता है भाई सास से, ननद से, इधर से पड़ोसी से, घर वाले से, कभी पति को पत्नी से इतना भय रहता है, पत्नी को पति से इतना भय रहता है। बच्चों को भी ना माँ बाप का कितना प्रेशर रह जाता है, और माँ बाप को ये बच्चों माँ बाप को भी प्रेशर रहता है, कई बच्चों से भयंकर प्रेशर रहता है। द एजुकेशन सिस्टम वर्ल्ड वाइड, everyone is feels quite a bit of pressure with the education system worldwide, in UK as well, in India as well. This is why our Pep he decided not to go for much of studies, I think. so हर्षा एक बार श्लोका लेके आओ स्क्रीन में. And this is so beautiful. See, Krishna here, he's not putting any pressure on Arjuna. Imagine Arjuna is going for a war. He's going for a war. And what is Krishna saying? Do thou fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat. And by so doing, you shall never incur sin. You shall never incur sin. Whenever I read this translation, it reminds me of an incident which happened with me. Um, I was in my job then, and I was working, and I wasn't I'm still naive, but I was very fresh, say, or somewhat fresh at work. Um, and it was a new big project. No, this was in India. Mm, This was in India, and maybe I was whatever 6 months or something in this job. and a new big project had come up, and maybe they picked some, and 5 or 6, I was also one of them in that new project. The projects looked very exciting, interesting, and all. So at that time, the project lead who was leading the project, he had a interview with me, and with one of my friend as well, work friend, and he told me, okay, Ashish, uh, um, from now on, all your problems are mine. I was like, wow, that's quite interesting, exciting. So he said, like, from now on, all your problems are mine, huh? And is your stay and all with office, the facilities in the office and all, do you have any problems or anything? Just let me know, huh? And just we'll do this project, and technical side as well. If you have any problems, do not hesitate, do not worry. I will give you all technical knowledge and whatever is required. So wow, I felt very excited, motivated, and all, because I wasn't expecting that thing, to hear that thing. And so did a very good friend of mine. He also, wow, he also wasn't expecting this. What happened, the project started and all. Very soon, within a month, the project wasn't going in at all a good direction, good shape, or where it should actually, how it should be doing. And we were getting more exposed, and we realized that the person who is more senior, he has literally taken a very back seat, or he's nowhere seen. And we were more exposed and all. And I had lack of knowledge even now as well, and what to do. So and later on, and another person came in. So this manager, he got moved into a different role, and some other person came in, and that other person was very helpful, and then things came back alive. So what I mean to say is, we might say, like, okay, that is a big blessing, right? If someone says no undue pressure, there's no extra or undue pressure. Well, in here, Krishna is putting no due or undue, not no sort of pressure. He doesn't say, see, do the fight for the sake of winning. No, do the fight for the sake of fighting. है ना? क्षत्रिय धर्म की रक्षा, क्षत्रिय धर्म की महिमा गरिमा होती है ना, महिमा गरिमा शोभा, उसको रखने के लिए, वर्णाश्रम धर्म की रक्षा के लिए युद्ध करो, वर्णाश्रम धर्म के रख रखाव के लिए। और उसी को बढ़िया से करते हुए भगवान अर्जुन का आत्म धर्म की भी एकदम सुरक्षा कर देंगे। To maintain the sanctity of this kshatriya order, kshatriya class, and to maintain the sanctity of varnashram dharma, Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to fight. And through that purification, through nicely observing the varnashrama dharma, Krishna further on will activate Arjuna's Atma Dharma, which is beyond Varnashram Dharma, which is beyond, above Varnashram Dharma. And Krishna will uh, perfect Arjuna's Atma Dharma. Do the and Krishna here, he's saying, I accept whatever result it will be. Do not worry about the result. I accept whatever result comes out. So, with a free mind, with a free uh, peace complete, Krishna is given full freedom to Arjuna. Express yourself, express yourself, just express yourself. Hmm? And do not worry about anything. But problem we humans carry is, even if we want to express, we are very much driven by appreciation. Where is their appreciation? Where is their appreciation? Will I get appreciation or not? And then that is where we put pressure on ourselves. But Krishna here is not putting any pressure on Arjuna. Rather, he is making Arjuna more efforts oriented. Come to efforts. That on our part, it is efforts only. हमारे हाथ में तो कर्तव्य ही है ना, कर्तव्य के अलावा कुछ है क्या? कुछ नहीं और कुछ नहीं है। तो और if we see the journey as well, first Krishna tells Arjuna about the science of soul. Hmm? Then about dharma, Kshatriya dharma again, about Varnashram dharma, that fight. Gradually he's building Arjuna up. And now furthermore, कर्म और अपने कर्तव्य के प्रति, है ना? अपने कर्म के प्रति, धर्म के बारे में थोड़ा बताया और कर्म के बारे में और बताएँगे यहाँ से और थोड़ा और आगे। So engagement on one's duty side and how to actually conduct one's role and duty that ways. Hmm, that ways. So also Krishna is helping us. Actually, we will benefit a lot when we come under the acceptance shelter of Krishna. When we come under the acceptance shelter of Krishna, Krishna is preparing Arjuna for the war and preparing him to be free of this mentality of victory or failure. What pressure is there on Arjuna seeing this? There shouldn't be any pressure, right? Fight for the sake of fighting. Do not worry about the results. And if we think too much of the results, then it will not really help us in our execution of the task. And at the same time, when we become Krishna consciousness, when we start falling in love with Krishna, we will want to give more than 100% of ours. And one day will come when we will, by the blessings of devotees, give more than 100% of ours. अब देखिए आश्रय ना देवर्षि भूताप्त नृणाम पितृणाम सब आश्रय ले रहे हैं किन्हीं ना किसी का देवर्षियों के देवी देवताओं के ऋषियों के आश्रय लेते हुए भूताप्त नृणाम पितृणाम राजाओं के पितरों के और ये जीवों के भूताप्त और है ना लोगों का और फिर न किंकरो नायम ऋणी च राजन किंकरो मतलब दास्ता तो और किसी का कोई ऋणी भी नहीं है चाहे राजन है ना तो भगवान कितना सुंदर ये भागवतम का श्लोक है बढ़िया से बता रहे हैं यहाँ पे कि जिसने भगवान की शरणागति ली है ना भगवान की कृष्ण की जिसने शरणागति ली है उसको और अलग से किसी का आश्रय या शरणागति लेने की बात नहीं है सो accountability our accountability is only to Krishna actually our accountability is only to Krishna and this is what Krishna is saying if we become accountable just to Krishna then we will find a lot of peace in life but our problem is what we are accountable we consider ourselves accountable to so many and this is a behavioral world this is a behavioral world of cause and effect. So yes, we are accountable to others as well, family, friends, and all. But our ultimate accountability, our ultimate say, Krishna is our ultimate owner. Krishna is our ultimate owner. So our accountability is towards Krishna. One's accountability is towards Vaishnavas, one's Guru Maharaj, है ना? उनको लेके और भगवान यही एक्सेप्टेंस लेवल में अर्जुन को यहाँ पे धीरे-धीरे अभी लेके आ रहे हैं. Yes, you saying something? नो सो पिप का प्रश्न है कि अगर हम भगवान को पूर्ण रूप से समर्पित करना चाहें अपने आप को समर्पित करना चाहें भगवान के प्रति तो इसका मतलब ये क्या कि घर परिवार छोड़ दूं माँ बाप को छोड़ दूं और और औरों को भी छोड़ दूं जो अभी तक भक्ति में नहीं है जो भक्त नहीं बन पा रहे हैं और नहीं बने या नहीं बनना भी चाहे समझे that is not the thing thing is Krishna consciousness is a path of not leaving anything rather it's a path of connecting. First of all, we connect ourselves with Krishna, and then what and this connection has to come natural as well. It will come naturally as well. And once we are connected to Krishna, then naturally, because it is a bond of Atma, the soul and the super soul. It's a bond of Atma, and everyone is connected to Krishna. It's just people do not realize it. But when we become a devotee, if someone aspires and takes into Krishna consciousness, then via that person, furthermore, Krishna consciousness in others can be activated. How can we abandon someone? Everyone and everything belongs to Krishna. But we have to see that everyone is Krishna's. That is the knowledge or understanding we have to develop. And the day we start seeing things like that, we will never exploit anyone. We will never exploit anyone. We will never, on ourselves as well, we will never take undue pressure, extra pressure. And on others as well, we will never give any unfair, we won't take any unfair advantage of anyone, try to squeeze out of anything or anyone. सारे प्रश्नों का, सारी समस्या का तो जड़ यही है. The problem of all our questions, the real thing is that we do not love Krishna. That's the real thing. This is why our mind is also not controlled, because we do not love Krishna. And one of the big thing in this, we do not take Krishna to be a person, or how actually we can come in a very fast track lane in terms of loving Krishna. When we actually genuinely start considering through studying scriptures, through japa, uh, and this will come about in our heart. Krishna is a person, God is a person, a transcendental person, in his original form, Sham Sundar, two-handed form, original Sham Sundar form. So when we start seeing Krishna as a person, when this knowledge, it has to go really deep, deep, deep. Daily, it has to come in our meditation, in our remembrance. Krishna is a person. Krishna is a person. What would Krishna be doing now? Huh? What would he be doing now? Where? Surely he's in his personal form in one of the spiritual worlds, or wherever Krishna goes is actually a spiritual world with his entourage and all, and exchanging love, exchanging pastimes. When we start meditating on Krishna being person, then we will really find more relish in our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, in our practice of Krishna consciousness. God is a person, and then we will start building, having a relationship with Krishna. We would want to have a relationship with Krishna. And these qualities, all good qualities, have to come about naturally. Efforts has to be made. Efforts has to be made. But the blessings, the mercy is a natural thing. Mercy is um, the final, say, yeah, the final thing. Until mercy comes about, no. And all efforts is to attract that mercy. All efforts is to attract that mercy only. How sublime one feels, say, when one knows, oh, I am accepted. See, we here live in a Hare Krishna community, in a Krishna eco farm. Many people come in the farm, and many volunteers come in the farm. Now, imagine if volunteers come and if they feel that they are actually not so accepted here, they're not so welcomed. Maybe welcomed, but they still do not feel like home, or they feel like, okay, I'm more in a 9 to 5 set duty job sort of thing and all, and I have to do it because I've signed a contract sort of thing and all. But if I go somewhere and I feel very welcomed, or I feel accepted, it releases any amount of anxiety or pressure, and it straight away builds a friendship, a cord of friendship, and a level of trust starts on building up. So any job where one feels, okay, yes, I am accepted here. In family relationships, I am accepted here. Then we will give our heart, we will open ourselves. But if I do not feel like, okay, I'm accepted here, then we will never want to share. We would never want to share. And blessed are those who accept whatever Krishna brings to us in life. And this is the mood we have to develop. We have to. Krishna is the supreme controller. And again, how this will come about when we start loving Krishna? How would that come about when we understand Krishna is actually a person through the study of scriptures and through hearing from realized souls? All the problems will disappear when we start loving Krishna. All problems will disappear when we put that faith in Krishna, and when we come under the acceptance criteria of Krishna. Acceptance in society, where is there not an acceptance criteria? Coming into Krishna eco farm also, there is some acceptance criteria. When we accept Krishna, then we accept his supremacy. Do I go there? Huh? So, uh, this acceptance, blessed are if we can come under the acceptance criteria of Krishna, which means we take Krishna to be the supreme controller, and it has to be natural. If not natural, it won't stay, it won't last. It will just be in theory. Uh, And when we accept Krishna, then we accept his supremacy, we accept his supreme position, his controllership. And in that, accepting Krishna as supreme, in no way it diminishes our position. संसार में ये गलत भ्रम है ना, धारणा है कि यार किसी को इतना ऊंचा बना दूंगा तो मैं तो नीचा हो गया ना, मैं तो कम हो गया ना फिर। लेकिन ये संसार में सब सापेक्ष में, कंपैरिजन या रिलेटिविटी में है। वो इतना धनी बन गया तो मैं तो कम धनी हो गया ना, वो इतना बुद्धिमान हो गया, इतना पढ़ा लिखा हो गया, इतना ये करने लग गया, मैं तो कम हो गया ना। सो when we start actually seeing Krishna as a supreme controller, as a supreme in everything, it in no way it will diminish our position, our well-being, or our identity, sanctity. Rather, it will enhance. Rather, it will enhance our identity, our position. Uh, This is what pure devotees, they completely realize that Krishna is the supreme controller. ठीक है, हर्षा स्क्रीन हटा सकते हो आप? And then we will very comfortably be willing to hand over ourselves to Krishna. Krishna being the supreme controller. Look how magnificent it is. Uh, Arjuna is not fighting yet, and after this dialogue, Arjuna will fight. And the war lasted for 18 days. I believe 18 days. Huh? Now, some of you would have heard of this personality called um, what was Abhimanyu in Mahabharata. Uh, महक नेहा किन्हीं ने सुना है? अभिमन्यु महाभारत में कौन थे? दीक्षा, हर्षा, सुधा।
अभिमन्यु सन थे अर्जुन के।
हाँ, अभिमन्यु अर्जुन का बेटे थे ना, ही वाज द
हाँ
सन ऑफ अर्जुन।
Yes,
तो
Bhaiya.
बताओ,
Yes.
हाँ, तो बताओ क्या हुआ महाभारत में उनके साथ, अभिमन्यु के साथ युद्ध में?
अभिमन्यु वेंट इनटू द वॉर और वहां पे उनको काफी लोग वो फंस गए थे एक्चुअली एंड ही डिड नॉट नो अ वे आउट। और उसके बाद आई डोंट रिमेम्बर बट दिस आई नो दिस हैव रेड समवेयर एंड सीन इट आल्सो ऑन टीवी that he
बढ़िया।
was not able to come out of उनके जो अगेंस्ट सबने प्लानिंग की थी तो वो उस लूप के अंदर से बाहर नहीं आ पा रहे थे then he did something
हम्म
and he was
हम्म
able to come out.
यस। हाँ, तो अभिमन्यु वो चक्कर में फंस गए थे, व्यू में उनको फंसा दिया था। In the war, they had created such a loop. Abhimanyu got trapped in that loop. He knew how to, perhaps, he knew how to, from memory, he knew how to enter into the loop, but how not to come out of it. And it was a bit of a within the war rules, unfair means, ways by he was actually killed. Abhimanyu. Many persons on one Abhimanyu, and son of Arjun. He was not very old as well. He was very young also. हाँ? और son of Arjun, है ना? और अभिमन्यु की पत्नी का नाम क्या?
Uttara.
Uttara. So Abhimanyu, his wife's name Uttara, and Uttara was pregnant that time. She was expecting a child, है ना? वो गर्भ से थी तब, Uttara. और in this what happens in the war? 18 days war, and maybe first, second, third, whichever day, Abhimanyu was trapped in this loop by the opponents unfairly, and he got killed. He got killed. Now look, this is after Arjuna has heard Bhagavad Gita. Krishna and Arjuna have had this dialogue, and after that, Abhimanyu has passed away right in front of Krishna there, right in front of Krishna. In his eyes, Krishna was also present in the battlefield, right? And Arjuna was also there. Arjuna's own son who has passed away, and Arjuna knew that I'm going to be a grandfather soon. My son's wife is expecting a child, and Abhimanyu passed away. But Arjuna, Pandavas, they never lodged a complaint towards Krishna. They never expressed any anger or frustration towards Krishna. They accepted this as the will of providence, as the will of Krishna. They accepted it, and they were at very much peace. That doesn't mean that they did not cry or shed tear. No, even Krishna cried, shed tear, because this is a व्यवहारिक जीवन है ना, physical world of dealings and behaviors. So Krishna had cried, Arjuna and all, they cried, shed tears, but they never lodged a complaint. They never had any ifs and buts in their love towards Krishna. They never had any doubts or this, and they took it as the mercy of Krishna, as the prasad of Krishna, and something on our part we do not know, and we cannot know as well. We will find ourselves at much peace when we come to this conclusion: I do not know everything, I cannot know everything, and whatever little I am involved in, also, I wouldn't be knowing everything. We will give ourselves a lot of favor, then a peace, then a relaxation, then. So Arjuna, he accepted the supremacy of Krishna, the supreme controller of Krishna, and Abhimanyu, his son, passed away in the war in front of them, but they accepted it. Likewise, in any situations of life, if we actually accept uh, the workings of Krishna, we will do ourselves a lot of favor. This is why patience, tolerance, such qualities have to be developed. And when we come under the acceptance shelter of Krishna, the acceptance fold of Krishna, we will naturally be becoming more humble, more patient, more tolerant, more peaceful, more calm. So the thing to work upon is to fall in love with Krishna. Now, to fall in love with Krishna, we want to know Krishna. है ना? जोर जबरदस्ती से थोड़ी ना कोई भगवान से प्रेम में पड़ जाएगा. भगवान को समझे जाने, और यही भागवत गीता से हम भगवान समझना चाहते हैं, भगवान क्या कहना चाहते हैं हमसे. भगवान भी तो कुछ ना कुछ आशा रखते होंगे ना. Everyone expects. Child expects from mother, mother expects from child, student expects from uni, uni expects from student, है ना? In job, uh, employer expects from the employee, employee expects from the employer, relationships and all. So Krishna also would be expecting something from us, would he not? God will also have some expectations from us if we try to understand what that expectation is. What is our expectation from Krishna, or what would Krishna expect from us? Is that the question, or? Mm. We naturally have an expectation from Krishna, and Krishna also naturally has expectations from us. We naturally have expectations from Krishna in the sense that this sense of being peaceful, calm, secure, be practicing or not practicing. So where is that expectation? Doesn't matter someone may be theist or atheist, but there is a sort of very inbuilt expectation. Although because of say poor undeveloped consciousness, we may not be realizing it, but we can never be out of this eternal bond from Krishna. And whenever there is an eternal bond relationship with someone, expectation is there, is bound to be there. We cannot shy or run away from expectation. But expectations are always nice when they are realistic. And Krishna is putting this realistic expectation towards Arjuna, that fight for the sake of fighting. What is Krishna expecting from Arjuna? To fight, no more than that. Uh, there's again some misconceptions. Oh, he has taken monkhood, साधु बन गया, ब्रह्मचारी बन गया. हम्म, भाई अब तो साधु बन गए हो, अब आपको क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन? आप क्यों एक्सपेक्ट करते हो ये सब कुछ? नहीं, आपको कुछ एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करना. There's this sort of notion in society, right? That as monk or a nun or a devotee, he should have no expectations. No, by if you are given food, no food, whatever, you should never have any expectations. No, expectations is there. So we have a natural expectation from Krishna, uh, but our now expectation is in this loving reciprocation from Krishna, yeah, with Krishna. This heart to heart expectation, heart to heart relationship has to be now revived with Krishna. Unknowingly, we had so much expectations from Krishna. Knowingly, also we know have quite a bit of expectations from Krishna. But now our expectations has to go heart to heart. The practice of Krishna consciousness has to go heart deep, not just mind deep or intellect deep or uh, it has to go chitta deep, chitta, yeah, conscious deep at that level. So just on this say expectations and acceptance, naturally we will benefit when we are in the acceptance, living in acceptance mode. And just these things come to my mind, and I think I had shared this. I had shared this 2 3 times previously in our prior studies of Bhagavad Gita. Jacqueline wasn't here then, and not sure, Pip, if you were there then. But this this is very interesting. I find it, and quite common as well, especially in spiritual settings of any walk, any faith. When a person, some family member say passes away, the family mourns, grief, ना grieving, शोक सभा होती है ना, होना भी चाहिए. So there's some emotion stages of mourning in going through that mourning. If someone, family member, friend or relative, someone close passes away, there are stages of in that mourning period. You heard of this, Pip, right? Yes. Yeah, I think 5 stages. So uh, first, again, depends on one's consciousness, but someone they start with this stage. What? Denial. Denial. Uh, no, this cannot be true. This cannot be true. The doctor would have checked another person. The doctor is false. Oh no, no, this machine may not be working fine. uh, or the police has got a wrong report, or they've got a wrong person. Something is wrong. Denial. So पहला stage शोक सभा में, or actually in grieving's mourning process, this is more evident. It comes out more, stands out. But in general life as well, if we see job or this and anything, denial. Someone lives in life in very much denial mode. कितना डिनायल मोड में रहते हैं ना। और ये डिनायल मोड मतलब नहीं मानना, नहीं स्वीकार करना, नहीं ये हो नहीं सकता, ऐसा नहीं, ऐसा नहीं। And the more one lives in denial mode means he's more living in hallucination or illusion and more far away from reality. So one first deny, oh no, this is not, this cannot be true. He cannot pass away. She cannot die. She cannot leave her body just like that. No, denial. Hmm. No, no. Rang up. 1 घंटे पहले ही बात हुई थी, 2 घंटे पहले। I saw her this morning only. I saw her this morning. I spoke with her an hour ago. तो डिनायल से बढ़ते बढ़ते वो कहाँ आता है फिर? फर्स्ट डिनायल से, एंड आफ्टर डिनायल वेयर डज ही देन पेसेस हिमसेल्फ, अपने आप को धीरे धीरे वो कहाँ पे लेके आता है? After denial, anger. Hmm? Once he starts denying, and then once he's through with denial, then anger or frustration. Okay, I accept now maybe he has died, but then anger. Why he? Why not she? Or why not me? Why he? Why at such a young age? Why at this time? There's always this why. Why he was about to get a job, he was about to buy a house, or he just bought a house, some or the other reason. But look, Arjuna Pandavas never denied the passing away of Abhimanyu. Never denied. They never showed anger. Why Krishna Abhimanyu? Why not me in place of Abhimanyu? Why didn't you know? Don't you know Krishna Abhimanyu is going to be a father soon? Don't you know? Why did you take him? So they never denied and they never showed their frustration or anger. But generally in mourning, denial, and then what? Anger, frustration. This cannot be true. If it is true, then what, God, why did you do this? Blaming then God. Oh, what a heartless person you are, God. What a heartless person. Showing frustration that there must be no God. God is not kind. If he is powerful, then he's not kind. He's just powerful enough. All such things. Blaming. कोसना ना. और we live in a world of where there's so much of blaming, so much of moaning, moaning. Or it is so easy to blame Krishna. It is so easy to put a blame. Like it is so easy to put a finger on authorities wherever and just blame the authorities. Oh, government is corrupt. Government doesn't do this. Um, School authority, people at work, seniors, they are just corrupt. They just need money and all. It's very easy to point a finger to someone. Or see, so much of vidambana na, or this thing. When you start a job, okay, oh, managers, they are good for nothing. They really don't know, and they're not that technical, or they cannot pass on good trainings and knowledge. No. And when you also yourself come to a position of managing or that managerial role, then oh, subordinates, it's very hard to find good staff nowadays. It's very hard to find good subordinates. No, this new fresh young people, it's very hard to get work done from them. So always this sort of this complaint or anger or frustration and this lacking sort of thing. So denial and then anger, frustration, complaining, and it's very easy to blame Krishna, to complain to Krishna. And then gradually, what comes after coming out of denial mode, then coming out of anger, frustration mode, sadness, depression, or even actually before sad or depression, one starts negotiating as well. One starts negotiating with Krishna. Oh, Krishna, you could have taken me in place of him. Krishna, you could have given him 5 more years, 5 more months, at least this, at least that. Why did you do like this? Why didn't you do like that and all? So much negotiations. Why we think ourselves to be too smart now, and we give our we want Krishna, you act like this, Krishna do like this. भगवान को हम ज्ञान देना चाहते हैं ना, हम अपने आप को बहुत चतुर समझते हैं. We think ourselves too smart that we want to give um instructions to Vaishnavas. No, no, Prabhu, you should not speak like this in class. You should give class like this. No, Prabhu, you should not do. Prabhu, you should do like that and all. ये जब शुरू शुरू में आओ ना कई बार ऐसा देखा जाता है भक्ति में. Many times it is observed when someone is like interested in Krishna consciousness, started practicing, and barely started practicing or just practicing a bit, and then no, Prabhu, you should distribute books like this. See, do like that. So many things and all, and giving more advice as such. There's again no harm in sharing. It doesn't mean that one shouldn't. It's not open for anyone to share and all. But the mood should not be like, okay, no, you do not know. I know more than you, and I can tell you this is for certain. That should not be the mood. So we like to bargain. Then why not like this? Why not like that? Could have done like this. Could have done like that. Because we think we are too smart and we can give some good advice to Krishna. And yeah, after when we are done with bargaining, when we are done with our anger, frustration, huh? When we are done with denial and all, then what? Depression kicks in. Depression. Now अब मेरा क्या होगा? ये चले गए, वो चली गई, मैं कैसे रहूंगी, कैसे जीऊंगी, ये कैसे होगा, आगे क्या करेंगे, कैसे चलेगा, कैसे चलेगा. Not just in when someone passes away, even when say there is a business loss, not just family member loss, some loss of money, some loss of health, everything, then sort of sadness, depression kicks in. How will I survive? What will I do without him or without her? And finally comes what? Acceptance. Okay, move on. Finally, we accept. Fine. Enough of grieving, not enough of as in, okay, yes, grieved a lot for 1 week, 10 days, 5 days. Now it's time to move on. Move on. है. And this is required also because it's a physical world. People, we all are in a journey, pretty much actually carrying low level energy, low consciousness level. But this is where saintly person is one who is in acceptance with the outcome, whatever outcome Krishna has got for me in life. We need to build this mood, understanding this realization that everything that is happening in my life is Krishna's arrangement in a way to make me come closer to him. ना? ये भाव, ये साधना में आके हमें स्वाभाविक रूप से इस भाव में आना है कि जीवन में जो कुछ भी घटना मेरे साथ हो रही है अभी, वो भगवान के प्रयोजन, भगवान की निगरानी, भगवान की संरक्षणा, नियंत्रण के अंदर है. और उसका भगवान कृष्ण का एक ही उद्देश्य है कि हम इससे शुद्ध हों, हम उससे और परिपक्व हों, और हम भगवान को ही पाने के लिए, भगवत धाम के लिए और अग्रसर हों. Everything and everyone also. And when we put this sort of confidence in Krishna, then yes, Krishna will give us the right training, the right mindset, and everything. So blessed are those who come under the acceptance level of Krishna, who accept. And again, that doesn't mean we do not do our bit, we do not put in efforts. When we start loving, we accept and we put in even more efforts. We can see this in Shrimad Bhagavatam, more so from the character of the gopis, गोपियों के चरित्र से. Although हमारा विशेषकर व्यक्तिगत रूप से मेरा तो कोई अधिकार नहीं है, वो बहुत ही उच्च कोटि की भगवान की लीलाएं और सब है, लेकिन हम समझ सकते हैं गोपियों का अगर देखें संक्षेप में थोड़ा सा, उनका भाव, उनका क्या, वो हमेशा भगवान के एक्सेप्टेंस में थे. ना? the gopis, the gopas in Vrindavan, they were always accepted in the acceptance. Krishna wanted to go to Mathura and all for the joy of Krishna. They accepted. They never gave up their lives. They accepted. Why? Krishna said, I will return very soon. I will return. They were always in acceptance, and whatever they wanted, they were seeing the joy of Krishna only towards the end. So for us also to fall in love with Krishna, if we first of all come under some acceptance radar of Krishna. If we are not accepting, then we are very much like fickle, na? We are very much like, how to say this in English? घंटी होती है ना, घंटी उसी की तरह है भाई. इधर उधर बजते रहेंगे. We are very much like pendulum then. We would be swinging to and fro here and there, not finding a good shelter, a good uh, stability. But if we sooner come into an acceptance level, then Mahaprabhu will use us. Mahaprabhu is purifying us. You know, austerity is very much required. Then only Mahaprabhu can use us. Okay, any question or comment or any thoughts, please? So, do you all accept this? सब स्वीकार करते हो क्या आप लोग?
Yes.
बुद्धिमत्ता है ना कि भाई हम पहले ही स्वीकार करें. और देखो हम किसको, कोई चुन्नू मुन्नू एरा गैरा को थोड़ी ना स्वीकार कर रहे हैं, हम भगवान को, भगवान की सत्ता को, भगवान को स्वीकार कर रहे हैं, भगवान की सत्ता को, भगवान के भाव को, भगवान की इच्छा को. द अगेन इन by accepting, what are we telling Krishna? Krishna, we want to come under the fold of your desire. It is, this is bhakti, to come under the fold of Krishna's desire. Krishna says na, in Bhagavad Gita we will hear that Arjuna, you boldly declare that my devotee never perishes. Because Krishna, he may say something, he may not actually keep true to his word. Perhaps he may something, may not keep true to his words. हम, तो भगवान की वाणी, और कुछ बोल दिया ये वो, लेकिन फिर भी समझो नहीं कर रहे उसको. But Bhagavad Ichha, desires of Krishna, how does Krishna's desire work? Through the agency of Yog Maya, internal potency of Krishna. भगवान की शक्तियों के से ना भगवान की इच्छा पूर्ति करते हैं. So whatever Krishna desires, it happens. Whatever he may say may or may not happen. But whatever he desires is sure to happen. So it is much better if we put ourselves, if we try to transform ourselves to be under Krishna's desires, under Krishna's plan. Because if he desires something, then surely Yogmaya will arrange that. So to come under someone, it is such a joy. This is the highest joy. Say if I am friend with someone, or if I am in a relationship with someone, and if I can situate myself under their desire, if I can have a role, I can see myself, okay, he or she has some desires and I also fit into the plan. This is the real acknowledgement. This is the real promotion for us. क्या कहते हो नेहा? Okay, so let's see next. एषते विहित सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्वयिमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि. अनुजा, will you हर्षा, जब आप हो स्क्रीन शेयर करना. 39 number, हाँ. And Anuja, if you would be available to read translation.
Thus far, I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. Now listen as I explain it in terms of working without fruitive results. O son of Pritha, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of works.
Hmm. So Krishna never gives any false promise or false expectation. Translation says you can free yourself from the bondage of work, not from work. We do not want to be free from work. No, that is a escapist mentality. But bondage of work, or we would never consider work to be a bondage. This is why it is loving devotional service. तो कोई भी चीज में if you in whatever activity engagement we are engaged in, if we do not want to feel it as a bondage, as a pressure and all, the real thing is start falling in love with Krishna. How do we fall in love with Krishna? By associating with devotees, because devotees know about Krishna, devotees know Krishna. They can reveal Krishna's glory to us, Krishna's heart, kindness. uh, तभी तो किसी से प्रेम में पड़ेंगे जब किन्हीं के बारे में जानेंगे और उनकी महिमा, कृपा, करुणा उसको समझेंगे। तो नेचुरल उनके प्रति प्रेम उमड़ेगा हमारा। And how do we understand we love Krishna? How much we value devotee association. That ways we can show we love Krishna. अभी घर परिवार में कैसे पता चलता है? कोई शादी होके लड़की आती है, हाँ भाई अच्छी बहू आई है, बढ़िया है। कैसे? जब वो लड़की आती है वो अपने पति के संबंध से, पति के माध्यम से सास-ससुर और नाना-नानी, चाचा-चाची, दादा-दादी इत्यादि सब घर परिवार वालों का के साथ रल-मिल के रहते हैं ना बढ़िया से। और घर के व्यवहार में उस हिसाब से घर के जो एक सूत्र से वो बंध जाती हैं। उसी प्रकार भक्ति कोई आइसोलेशन में अकेले में करने की चीज़ नहीं है और ना ही कोई भक्ति ये तो एक प्रेम क्या है? This love, it's an action, it's a verb. It is not a noun, na? It is a verb. So it's an action, which means there is some emotion, some expression has to be there, some sentiment, some expression. And how do we express our love towards Krishna? When we find ourselves that our mind is controlled. Why do we want to control our mind? Because I love Krishna. Because I would want to love Krishna. Why do you want to love Krishna? Why to love to Krishna? Because this will please devotees. This will make devotees happy. Why do you want to make devotees happy? Because Krishna will be happy when he sees devotees are happy. Uh, Krishna will be pleased. Devotees are pleased. हमारा भाग्य खुल जाएगा. This will be our lottery, our golden lottery, when we actually accept Krishna's workings. Then only we can know Krishna. बिना भगवान को समझना है तो भगवान के एक्सेप्टेंस दायरे के अंदर तो आना ही पड़ेगा ना, उस रेडार के अंदर. If we do not come under the radar of accepting Krishna, how do we understand Krishna? Krishna is very finicky, na? Is very uh, unpredictable. So we come into this acceptance zone of Krishna. And love is a verb, it is not a noun, it is an expression. Love means to act, to do something. Love doesn't mean to sit silent, idle, and all doing nothing. No. Where there is love, there is care, concern, emotion, and care, concern, emotion. Again, these are not just thoughts. No? These are not just lip service, or they are actually to be put into action, to be expressed. Otherwise, everything will become a bondage or a drain, uh, slog like a drain. But when we start loving Krishna, when we start loving japa, when we start loving reading, hearing, everything, then whatever life brings to us, we will still be in acceptance mode. Okay, any question, comment, or any thoughts? Okay, so let's read next. नेह विक्रम नाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमपि अस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्। ये सारे बहुत गजब गजब के श्लोक हैं। खैर मेरी तो इतनी समझ भी नहीं है, बहुत गहरे श्लोकास हैं ये सब। लेकिन हम आचार्यों की टिप्पणी देखेंगे और वरिष्ठ वैष्णवों से अगर श्रवण करेंगे तो हिल के रह जाएंगे। नेह विक्रम नाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमपि अस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्। सो नेहा, आप पढ़ पाओगे क्या अनुवाद? ट्रांसलेशन पढ़ पाओगे क्या नेहा?
Yes,
ओके, रीड
in the
ट्रांसलेशन।
endeavor, yeah, in the endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. Yeah, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
Again, see, this is what Krishna is saying. How calming, soothing, motivating. A little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. And in societal dealings, generally it comes out to be very opposite. We try to show that I'm calm, I'm peaceful, and I care and all, but we easily get frustrated, we easily get annoyed, we easily. Okay, check this out or see this. What is the reason why we get easily get annoyed, or someone can easily get frustrated, um, or someone, why do we feel so much of pressure, or why does someone sometimes feel a lot of pressure and stress? No, very nice. Yeah. Yes. Very good. Jacqueline says that we feel this pressure and all because we feel that we are not being accepted by others. We don't fit into others' standards, criteria, judgment pattern, and all. And we feel like, okay, there's something lacking or missing, and that brings about a emotion of stress or pressure amongst us. This is why yesterday or day before, the day before, I suppose, anyways, when we were studying reading, we this is it is very difficult to please humans, extremely difficult to please humans. It is quite easy to please uh, nature, greenery and all, na? Uh, to be in a good harmony relationship with nature, greenery and all, fine, no complaints and all. It is relatively quite easy to please animals also, to have that relationship and all. That, yes, okay, I can manage my expectations with my dog, but I struggle to manage my expectations with my son. So it is we humans, we dogs, they do not really as such struggle to communicate, or but we humans do struggle to communicate with each other at one level. So it is very difficult to please people, to please humans, and it is very easy to please devotees, because devotees already are pleased. They never take any offense, or they never hold any grudges, है ना? They never judge us externally or materially. And it is highly easy to please Krishna. Tremendously easy to please Krishna actually. देखो देखो भगवान भगवान ऐसा क्यों बनाएँगे ना कि भई ऐसी व्यवस्था क्यों करेंगे कि हमें भगवान को ही, ठाकुर जी को ही प्रसन्न करने में कमर टूट जाए हमारी। नाउ स्टडीइंग दिस भागवत गीता एंड ऑल गोइंग, कितना हमें दिमाग लगाना पड़ रहा है क्या इतना एक्सरसाइज़ कि भैया ये पढ़ूँ, ये करूँ, ऐसी तैयारी करूँ तब जाके समझ में आए। सबसे सरल तो वो कृष्ण ही है, सबसे सरल कृष्ण है। और सरलता, और दिस इज़ व्हाई महाप्रभु इज़, so Mahaprabhu has made it so easy and please to please him. Mahaprabhu has made himself so easily approachable to us. He has made himself so easily accessible to us, for us. It's very much easy to please Mahaprabhu. It is very easy to please Krishna also. Why would Krishna make it so difficult for us to be pleased? No, difficulties in our head. We are carrying so many unwanted things in our hand, which will all wash away, go away when we take devotee association. So, why do we feel stressed out easily, pressure, or get angry or frustrated? If not easily, then maybe at some very quickly or regularly, say. Very nice, Jacqueline's response. One thing is, we see things in scarcity. We see things in scarcity. This is why pressure, this is why anger or frustration, because we see everything in limitness. हाँ, सब कुछ हमें कम, कमी, कम के हिसाब से ही दिखता है। उसी कारण से फिर गुस्सा आ जाता है, फ्रस्ट्रेशन होने लगता है, या स्ट्रेस या प्रेशर कि भाई क्या होगा, क्या होगा, क्या होगा। Why this? Because we see things in limit capacity, we see things in scars, and we struggle to understand the unlimited mercy of Krishna. The mercy of Krishna is unlimited. And the whole practice is how can I bring myself under the fold of mercy of Krishna? Then there is no scarcity of anything. Huh? And how do we come under the fold of mercy of Krishna? When we accept, when we come to begin with, to come to an acceptance level and practice, put it into practice, put it into practice. So, again, this translation, Neha Vikrama Nasosti, Pratyavayo na vidyate. Swalpam api asya dharmasya, swalpam, just a tiny bit, um, little bit of advancement in Krishna consciousness can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. Tell me any one activity in this world, any one activity which is risk free, any one investment in this world which is risk free. Is there anything in this world which is risk free, where there is no loss or diminution? This is science of the soul, na? This is spirituality, spirit. Matter means there is loss and diminution. But spirit, no loss, no diminution. If we try to actually understand our swaroop, our identity, who we are, and whose we are, whose we are, and the day we accept ourselves to be Krishnas, we are Krishnas, भाई हम भगवान के हैं. Not just in theory, putting it into practice. uh, Then yes, we will experience sublimity in life then. So it is Krishna consciousness, in which the practice of Krishna consciousness, which again is non-sectarian, and in which there is no loss or diminution. Uh, you know, every you go into job, work, whatever, there's always a disclaimer. There's always a warning or a caution or something, right? So many advertisements come and all, but there is a disclaimer or some warning and all. In Krishna consciousness, what is the disclaimer? There is a disclaimer, there is a warning. What? Be careful. All your ignorance will be taken away. All the ignorance what we have accumulated from previous lives and even in this life itself. कितना अज्ञान हमने जोड़ रखा है, बाप रे भयंकर। वो सारा हर लेंगे भगवान एक बार में, एक ही बार में। देखो कृष्ण की माधुर्य देखो। लुक एट द स्वीटनेस ऑफ कृष्णा। वन नेम ऑफ कृष्णा इज ईश्वर. व्हाट डज ईश्वर मीन? वन नेम ऑफ कृष्णा इज ईश्वर. बोलते ना ईश्वर, मीनिंग सुप्रीम कंट्रोलर. परमेश्वर is the supreme controller, Krishna. So he controls everything and everyone. Another name of Krishna is what? Hari. What does Hari mean? Hmm. So Hari, one who removes our obstacles, one who frees us up from obstacles and all. तो हरि जो हमारे दुखों को हर ले, हमारे दुखों का निवारण कर ले, है ना? तो भगवान इतने बड़े परम नियंता ना, परम कंट्रोलर. कृष्णा इज द सुप्रीम कंट्रोलर who can remove all our obstacles, all our worries, everything, take away. Who can take away? What Krishna takes away, but what does he take away? All our worries, all our ignorance, all our stress, anxiety, that thing only. And this sort of thief is Krishna. यही ना चोरी करना ना, हर लिया ना. हरना मतलब क्या? चुरा लेना ना, अपहरण ना, हरना. तो भगवान क्या चुराते हैं? अज्ञान, अविद्या, इसको चुरा लेते हैं. अस्मिता, दुख, क्लेश, इन सबको हर लेते हैं. ऐसे परम नियंता है भगवान. तो सी, वो इन honestly, in societal settings, any part of the world, and even say in some spiritual religious tradition, the highest limit or a very, we think this is to be a very lofty idea when what? Oh, God, He is the supreme. God is the supreme controller, and we just stuck ourselves there, not any more beyond the Almighty Lord, the benevolent, very kind, the supreme controller, supreme powerful. वो ईश्वर ठीक है, लेकिन वो देखिए फिर क्या? हरि. Very few we understand. Okay, he takes away all our obstacles. He and all negatives and everything stress. और एक नाम क्या है कृष्ण का? गोविंद. What does Govind mean? One name for Krishna, of Krishna is Govind. One name of Krishna is Ishvara. One name of Krishna is Hari, one who steals, takes away everything. And one name of Krishna is Govind. What does Govind mean? Govind means one who gives pleasure. One who gives pleasure to the senses, to the cows, uh, to us living entities. We are Krishna's one who gives pleasure. So Krishna is such a sort of thief. He is such a sort of thief that he has control. Through his control, he takes away all our stress, unwanted things, dirty things, and all everything. And what does he do? He gives us so much of joy, so much of joy. Ever seen someone has done a robbery, someone has done a burglary? What do burglars do? They will come into the house, break in, and take all good things away. And will they leave anything behind? No. If at all they will leave anything, they will leave more mess behind. Huh? They will leave more mess behind. They never leave any good things. And look at Krishna. He takes away. But what? All unwanted things. And what does he leave in the heart then? Pure joy, pure love, pure peace. So this is why in societal dealings, dealings with people at people level, what? Oh, took away my time, this and that, so much of stress and all, generally speaking again. And what can give, what best can one give to us? Huh? We may say care, love, and all. Again, which is everything on the material bodily platform. So नेहा विक्रमा नासोस्ति प्रत्यावायो न विद्यते स्व अल्पमपि अस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. है क्या कोई ऐसा? Is there any such occupation wherein just a little thing you do and wow, great job, well done? No, it's completely the other way. In societal dealings, how much we do, the other person may not shy away from saying, oh, very little have you done. You have not done much. This is not good enough. But a little done in Krishna consciousness, it is so appreciated. और जिसका कोई पतन नहीं है, कोई क्षय नहीं है, there is no loss or diminution. So three things here or some things here. See what? First of all, this is not a race. Practice of Krishna consciousness is not a race. Life is a race only. Bhagam bhag. है ना? What's that called? Herd mentality. है ना? भेड़ चाल. Life is a race. Rat race. Hmm. Life is a rat race. कि भाई we have bound up again ourselves by time. नहीं इतने टाइम में तो घर बनाना ही है मेरे को. इतने टाइम में तो ये मकान बनाना है. इतने रुपए हो जाने हैं, गाड़ी हो जानी है, शादी हो जानी है, ये हो जाना है, वो हो जाना है. We very much in a race. Time bound. Okay, by this much time, I want to buy a house. I should be having a house, car, family, children, uh, partner, this and that, and furthermore and all. And clock is ticking. But seeing this, no, Krishna is telling Arjuna, don't go in this herd mentality. Life is not a race, or at least not like this sort of race. No, it frees someone up when there is no pressure from time. See, we all are living in the shelter of time, but Krishna is telling Arjuna, in the practice of Krishna consciousness, there is no time pressure. Huh? So there is allowance, definitely allowance to help one grow at one's own space, at one's own space, and also taking due space. क्योंकि ये प्रेम का राज्य है. Where there is love, there will be space given. The pace will be respected. So it frees one's up hearing this from Krishna, na, that do not worry, there is no टाइम बाउंड और टाइम लिमिट, कोई रेस नहीं लगी हुई है यहाँ पे. फिर दूसरा, कोई क्षति नहीं है. देयर इज नो डिप्रिसिएशन, which again puts one so peaceful. Imagine you buy a car and someone tells, oh, this car never depreciate. Oh, so peaceful then. I will never lose anything from this car. No, this is my fix. This is going to stay with me. This is there. Never depreciate. Body is depreciating. Every matter means depreciate. Spirit means appreciate, appraisal. Spirit is appraisal, matter is depreciating. So Krishna is trying to help us understand our spiritual potential, our spiritual identity, our real worth. And we will, when we are in connection with Krishna, we can never feel low. We will never feel insulted. We will never feel abandoned, deprived. This deprivation is because of a lack of knowledge, because we see things in scarcity. Insult feeling of all this is why? Because again, competition. So what? We try to put things in, fit things. 100 people, this many food, distribute and all. And if I don't get chance, I feel. Huh? Maybe in devotee settings, okay. Or these many devotees, when will I get a chance to speak in the temple room? Already next week occupied. Next week I am not getting a chance to speak in temple room. These many devotees, when will I get a chance to do kirtan? Already so many are there. No, there is no. The only obstacle or only lacking is this lack in transcendental knowledge, understanding Krishna, understanding the kind, the love heart of Krishna. So another thing is there is no depreciation. Love means not depreciation, love is appreciation. There's no limit, there's no race. And this is the real investment. Any slight we do, it frees us. Now, fear for different people, fear could be some different and all. Huh? Mm, but fear of death, some people may not have fear of death, or but certainly there is fear or losing death and all, or losing life. Mm, and where is there where a little something being done and free us? And this is the thing. Even see, we are in second chapter and 48th shloka, 40 number of Bhagavad Gita. In total, there are 700 shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, 700 verses. In first chapter 46 and now 40, total 86 we have read so far. But just this slide, this bit of reading only, it has if one reads it sincerely and in good association, good inspiring association, it will free one. How much, if we take in numbers also, 86 is not a big number in comparison to 700, is it? No, it's not a big number. Just over 10%, say, huh? Not a big number. But the amount of relish, the amount of enlightenment, the amount of motivation, joy, enthusiasm one can find is way, way beyond, way, way beyond. So we all are looking for that one sort of. We live in a life of compromise, isn't it? Oh, fine, I will do this job even if it's long working hours and all. Fine, I will adjust. I will negotiate. I will adjust. We do all this compromise, but we do this compromise with a material understanding, material mindset, and at the end of the day, what do we get? Matter only, frustration only. But if we practice ourselves in Krishna consciousness, if we start doing japa, है chanting the holy names of Krishna on beads and all, then we wouldn't be compromising. No, no, we would be accepting results and all, or not compromising. Is there any place wherein we can again take shelter and there would be any no loss, or we would be released from fear? What is the cause of fear? भय क्यों होता है? Why do we fear? क्यों डर होता है? हाँ नेहा, कभी डर लगता है क्या आपको थोड़ा बहुत?
Yeah,
हाँ दीक्षित।
sorry. हाँ, डर तो I think in almost every situation I'm in two minds, and then I'm like in fear of losing things, or not sure if it is going to be the right option for me. So I do that very
हम्म,
often.
हम्म। अब नेहा यही बात तुम्हारी मम्मी से पूछना कि मम्मी जब तुम
हाँ,
मेरी उम्र की थी, तुम मेरी उम्र की थी, तुम भी क्या ऐसे ही कर डर लगता था क्या तुम्हें?
नहीं,
देखो
मम्मी
हमारी
मेरे को रोज बताती है कि ऐसा कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You should be fine. You'll be fine, even if it
कई
is a
थोड़ा
wrong decision.
सामान्य रूप से देखो, जो भी हमारी उम्र है, समझो शारीरिक शरीर की उम्र है वास्तव में। और अपने मम्मी और को देखो, उस उम्र में भाई कैसे वो, अब आज के डेट में क्या रहना हमारा ऐसा हो गया ना, एक बच्चा पालना, दो बच्चा पालना ही बाप रे बहुत बड़ी बात हो जाती है, बहुत बड़ी बात हो जाती है। क्यों? ये सोशल स्ट्रक्चर बड़ा खिंड बिंड सा हो रहा है ना, सोशल स्ट्रक्चर। और हमारे माँ बापों को देखो या ऐसे, भाई पले ही ना, आराम से ही, क्या दिक्कत है? अब देखो आज के डेट में आप लोग जॉब करते हो या ऐसे कितने जो भी समझो आप, आज के डेट में यूथ यंगस्टर्स, हाउ मच मनी दे अर्न compared to what their parents or grandparents used to earn? Huh? They earn more. Now starting salary for someone, and if you check 20 years back starting salary for someone, आज के डेट में पैसे की कमी थोड़ी ना है। विशेष करके भारत में भी देखो, लोगों के पास पैसे तो बहुत पड़ा है, स्वास्थ्य की कमी है भाई, शांति की कमी है। In India also people now are economically materially quite rich, have lots of money, say, if not the whole as a nation, but some of them lots of money. But peace, where is their peace? Where is their satisfaction? Satisfaction तो शब्द ही पूरा इतना यूज में नहीं आता। संतोष तो सो अच्छा, ए वो फियर का और देखेंगे बाद में। वन क्वेश्चन नाउ, जैकलिन रीड ट्रांसलेशन प्लीज। और हर्षद स्क्रीन में एक बार ला सको तो लेके आओ ट्रांसलेशन। और महक आप पढ़ना अनुवाद स्क्रीन में आ जाए तो।
In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. Okay. भैया ये वाला रीड करना है?
नहीं, इससे अगले वाला।
Okay. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
सो अब एक प्रश्न, एक फिर भी लॉस हानि है कृष्ण भावनामृत में। देयर इज वन लॉस तो इन द प्रैक्टिस ऑफ कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस, और in this endeavor there is no loss or diminution, but there is one loss. What is that loss? है ना, कि भाई कृष्णा भावनामृत अभ्यास में कोई नुकसान नहीं है, कोई क्षति नहीं, कोई हानि नहीं, और थोड़ा सा ही कोई कर ले तो भैया कितना, थोड़ा सा ही यही भगवान है ना, थोड़ा सा ही करो तो भगवान तो रीझ जाते हैं पूरे का पूरा। लेकिन फिर भी एक एक नुकसान है कृष्ण भावनामृत के अभ्यास में, या एक नुकसान हो सकता है। There could be one sort of loss. The loss is not endeavoring. That is the only loss. If we now come across a practice of Krishna consciousness or somewhat understanding of Krishna consciousness, huh? Now that we have, see, we have come across second chapter 14 shloka, 14 number, but if we do not continue all the way to 18 chapter 78 number shloka, the last shloka in chapter 18, that's the only loss. If we do not continue, if we do not make effort, है ना, it is not like okay, just a little is, little ही तो बोला ना, a little advancement on this path, so I have done my little. The moment one thinks, okay, Krishna is saying just a little advancement can free one from most dangerous type of fear. Fine, I've been doing for 1 year and I've done my part, so it's little more than little now, and I would be free from most dangerous type of fear. No, it doesn't work like that. जहाँ पे भी हम थोड़ा चतुर बनने लगे ना, अपने आप को होशियार दिखाने लगे, तो प्रकृति हमारे कान पकड़ ही लेगी पूरे के पूरे सही से, पूरा कान खींचेगी एकदम सही से। तो इस अभ्यास में देखो, अब हम भागवत गीता का अनुशीलन और कर रहे हैं, है ना, आप में से कुछ लोग हो जो नाम जप भी कर रहे हो, लेकिन नुकसान हानि इतना ही है कि इसको फिर और हम बढ़ाए नहीं आगे और एफर्ट्स ना लगाएं, वही नुकसान है, और कोई नुकसान नहीं है। संसार में देखो हर चीज के लिए ना एक एक करना ही पड़ता है। आप 10वीं पार करनी ही पड़नी है, 10वीं पढ़नी पड़नी है, वरना उसके बिना 12वीं नहीं जा सकते, ये नहीं हो सकता, कितना कुछ ऐसा है। और अगर पूरा नहीं किया उसको तो कोई लाभ नहीं मिलता ना, कोई लाभ नहीं मिलता। 10वीं कर लिया, 12वीं कर लिया, ग्रेजुएशन नहीं करी, क्या लाभ है? क्या क्या मिलेगा? तो पूरा कुछ करना ही पड़ता है भाई। संसार में तो ऐसा है, जब तक आदमी की कमर ना टूट जाए ना, कर करके पसीने न छूट जाए, तो भैया तब तक नहीं है शांति। लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई टाइप्स। लेकिन कृष्णा भावनामृत में ये इस प्रकार का ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर पूरा नहीं करूंगा तो क्या, पूरा नहीं करूंगा क्या। हाउ मच द स्टडी ऑफ डॉक्टर, फॉर बिकमिंग अ डॉक्टर, how many years one has to study minimum, just so that he can say okay, I'm a doctor? 6 7 years minimum, 5 years one has to study so that he can qualify and say okay, doctor. Hmm. Now if someone leaves the study of doctor before 5 years, 6 years, say the course is 6 years course, and if someone quits, leaves the course in 3 years, what will it do? Will he be like able to work anything as a doctor? Will he be able to find peace? Will it free one from what to speak of most dangerous type of fear, from any type of fear, say? But in Krishna consciousness, it is not like that. Okay, you have to complete it only. Doctor is something, doctor, lawyer, engineer, anything for that matter. If you do not complete it, you are not a doctor. But this is not what Krishna is saying. That no, you have to complete it only and all. It's not like either you are a devotee or you are a not devotee altogether. No, we all are in stages. We all are in stages. We all are continuing, but the only thing is to not to stop continuing. That is the only loss. ऐसा नहीं है कि अब 1 साल से हम पढ़ रहे हैं भागवत गीता और फिर अब बंद कर दीजिए। माला कर रहे थे, हाँ हम कर रहे थे 2 साल पहले, अब बंद कर दी है। नो, वही नुकसान है। हर्षा एक बार स्क्रीन फिर से लेके आओ। गजब का तात्पर्य है, लेकिन ये केवल आखिरी पैराग्राफ पढ़ेंगे तात्पर्य का। तो हर्षा आप ही पढ़ो लास्ट पैराग्राफ ऑफ द पर्पट।
Material activities and their results end with the body. Material activities and their results end with the body. But work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to Krishna consciousness, even after the loss of the body. At least one is sure to have a chance in the next life of being born again as a human being, either in the family of a great cultured Brahmana or in a rich aristocratic family. That will give one a further chance of elevation. That is the unique quality of work done in Krishna consciousness.
है ना, ये कितना गजब का। मटेरियल एक्टिविटीज एंड देयर रिजल्ट्स एंड विद द बॉडी। भले ही स्विस बैंक बोलते हैं ना, स्विस बैंक में खाता अगर हो तो कोई उसके रुपए नहीं निकाल सकते। बात सत्य भी है। वहाँ के सरकारी या कोई ऐसे बैंक में अगर आपका खाता है तो वहाँ का रुपया कोई दूसरा देश सरकार और नहीं निकाल सकती। लेकिन भाई वो कब तक, शरीर चला गया तो वो रुपया क्या काम आएगा बताओ? So material activities and the results end with the body, but spiritual activities continue. लेकिन देखो, ये material activities और उसके results के प्रभाव ये तो अगले जन्म भी चलते हैं ना हमारे पास संस्कार के रूप में, संस्कार के रूप में। तो अभी हम अगर अपने आप को इतना इसमें समझो मैटर के इंटरेक्शन में अगर इतना रखेंगे, अगले जन्म क्या करेंगे? वही करेंगे भाई, वही करेंगे। तो संसार में तो देखो, इस कहने का आशय है, देहात्म बुद्धि से जीवन में सुख नहीं मिलेगा। अपने आप को शरीर समझ के खत्म ही हो जाएगा वो, और वही जो अज्ञानी है वो अगले जन्म में भी चलता रहेगा। लेकिन दिव्य ज्ञान को अगर हम पाएं, तो इसी जन्म में, इसी शरीर में हम सुख अनुभव करेंगे, और अगले जन्म क्या, इसी जन्म में ही, है ना, जीवन मुक्त स उच्यते, जीते जी मुक्ति कोई पा ही गए, मुक्त दशा कोई पाएंगे। मुक्ति क्या, कोई सींग नहीं लगनी है बाबा। मुक्त दशा मतलब कोई सर पे सींग नहीं उग के आ जाएंगे, या मुक्त दशा मतलब हाँ भाई हम हवा पे चलेंगे, हवा में चलेंगे, अब हम जमीन पे नहीं चलेंगे। मुक्त दशा क्या है? हमारा संबंध कृष्ण से बन गया परिपक्व, वही मुक्ति है। भगवान के साथ अपना संबंध जुड़ जाना, भगवान की सेवा में अनन्य भाव से, अविचल भाव से, वही मुक्ति है। फिर मुक्त है ना, जैसा पिछला श्लोक का वो, उसका भी देवर्षि भूताप्त नृणाम पितृणाम ना किंकरो नायो ऋणी च राजन। फिर किसी की दास्ता या किसी की ऋणी या वो नहीं है। उसका मतलब ये भी नहीं है कि हम किसी का अपमान करें। अ, हमें कोई अधिकार नहीं है कि किसी को हम ऐसा कह सके कि ओ आया बड़ा, तुम्हें क्या पता है? पता है? एक माला भी नहीं करती है, मेरे को ज्ञान देने आ रही है, हाँ? पता है मैं 8 माला करने लग गई हूँ, ये इतना माला करने लगी हूँ। अरे भागवत गीता पढ़ रखी है मैंने, तुम्हें क्या पता बेवकूफ? नो, नो। लेकिन हम किसी की दास्ता मतलब किसी के हम डिपेंडेंट या आश्रय नहीं। अरे भगवान का आश्रय लो ना भाई, सभी भगवान पे आश्रित है। अब डायरेक्ट आश्रय लें भगवान का, तो जो भौतिक क्रियाकलाप है वो शरीर के साथ नष्ट हो जाएंगे, और वो चेतना आगे भी जाएगी। आध्यात्मिक क्रियाकलाप है, चलो ठीक है, शरीर छूट गया, लेकिन फिर अगला जन्म मिलेगा, जैसे इसके तात्पर्य में पढ़ा ना, और वही आध्यात्मिक चेतना वहीं से वो विकास होगी। कहने का आशय देखो, डॉक्टर की पढ़ाई यहाँ पे कर ली किसी ने, समझो सबसे बड़ी, व्हाट इज द हाईएस्ट study or the biggest study in university, school, college, which is the highest degree? Like someone goes in school, okay, higher than school is college, university, bachelor's degree, then master's degree. So of all this, which is the highest like degree in terms of study degree? Whatever be the field of study could be a different thing. So is it PhD study, postdoctorate or doctorate or postdoctorate? And some people, I think they do two PhDs, 2 or 3 PhDs. Okay, PhD in this, PhD in that. Never ever, I don't think so. On top of that PhD study, but say if someone has studied PhD level, hmm, the say the highest study and all, next life again ABCD, that study has to be again continued right from the very beginning. ABCD and all, and that material thought process consciousness will still be there. But in spirituality, if someone has increased or appreciated his love for Krishna, whatever amount, whatever degree, whatever emotion, that will never go away. So Krishna always protects the consciousness, one's consciousness. Ah, Krishna loves us spiritually. Materially body, it is born to die only, but spirit is born to live eternally, and that is what has to be looked after. That is what should be cared for. ओके, कोई प्रश्न, जिज्ञासा या कुछ कहना चाहो? Okay, we leave it here then for today, and tomorrow we will continue same time, and tomorrow we will do one round of japa as well. Huh? Hare Krishna.